Fuck! I didn't record a single fucking second of that. Shit! Okay. Hello. This is take 2. I have already looked over these things in private already, but... Okay. Hello everybody. This is not the way I wanted to come back to YouTube. This is not the way I wanted to present my channel to you, but something really, really serious has come up in a subject that I say I have a voice in. Chris Chan has been a topic of internet discussion, internet speculation, and he's been the biggest fucking lol cow to ever come out of the internet itself. Chris has done many a strange thing online, and he has done many a strange thing outside of the internet, but this takes the cake in every way, shape and form. The actions that have been implied with this evidence and this leak that has come out against Chris recently is absolutely earth-shattering, groundbreaking. It completely changes his character from a naive and harmless little guy to a very mentally disturbed abuser. But we will look through these things together. We will read these messages and this video which has come out accusing him. And yeah, that's how we get into it. But anyway, here we are, here with the first line of messages. I'll pull it up. So, just going ahead and sharing this experience with you. Fresh experience. On the Strictly Confidential, just between you and I. So yes, Barb and I have had another romp in the hay and extensive cuddle. For those who don't know, Barb is the name of Chris's mother. Chris's mother is a elderly individual. I'm not sure about her age, but I'm pretty sure she's quite far into her 80s at this point. She has been Chris's personal carer for quite a long time until she was unable to do so herself, and Chris assumed the role of caring for her himself. This brings up to the table a lot of scenarios which could happen, and I think this is the absolute worst case scenario to happen. I know Chris is a very sexually misled and disturbed individual who has been ridiculed on his virginity and unable to find a female partner, and he doesn't do too well on himself. And then Chris obviously changed his name to Christine. There is so much speculation and debate around the legitimacy of Chris's transition. But if I'm going to speak from my opinion, I honestly would say that he doesn't even know himself. He is not of the mental capacity to know himself. I think that this started out as a ploy to have sex with women, and it has just evolved into his character nowadays. But let's go on. Tonight I started looking into a more consistent pattern to my massaging, and I took the input and focus on getting blood flow to the groin area. Before tonight, I did not really have a set pattern in the massage, aside from feet and legs, following by hands and arms, the face, front torso, and then a roll over to her back. I have found a more consistent method that works between the legs and arms, but I was inconsistent in the hands and the feet. Anyway, I have also made another attempt at rubbing her vagina, externally at first, and then blah blah blah. We'll get into that in a minute. But I really want to talk about the language and the way he presents this information in these texts here. He is very methodical, and he is very articulate about the way he is describing this pattern of massaging. This is thought out. He is analysing the situation, and, you know, he believes that increasing blood flow to the groin area for his mother is what is eventually going to get him, you know, into a sexual situation. And stimulating somebody like that is a very naive way of thinking about sex, you know. I'd say from my opinion, my experience, sex is, you know, there is the strictly physical part of it, but there is consent. There needs to be a complete understanding between both individuals that, yes, they are physically and emotionally connected to each other, and they want to explore that and express it. This, on the other hand, seems like a man trying to evoke sex and sexual feelings out of somebody who is not interested in the first place of being sexualized by, you know, Chris. But we'll get more into that. I've read over and I've listened to the conversation already because I tried to record this video quite candidly, but unfortunately on OBS I realised that I didn't have it recording. So anyway, we'll go on. Oh dear. Oh yeah, and there's a bit of a glitch in my OBS, so I have to click it to get the stuff up. See full image. Here we go. Also made another attempt at rubbing her vagina. Externally at first, then slipping between the lips and rubbing her inner labia. She then told me to stop. She's getting more used to being played with down there by hand. This is coercion. This is slowly trying to warm somebody up to the idea of sex, but this isn't warming somebody's idea up. This isn't warming somebody up to it. This is proving to somebody that in a sexual situation, even if they tried to run away, they would not be able to get away. And slowly but surely chipping away at their confidence like that is what will get you in there. And that's straight up manipulation. That's straight up manipulation. I don't know how Chris believes this. I don't know if he believes this is something completely normal that he's doing, or he believes this to be... Oh god, the creak. Or he believes this to be somewhat of... he believes this to be natural. Well, this is not natural. This seems like coercion and entrapment. Would you believe that she has literally never ever masturbated in her entire life? That is an extremely personal and strange conversation to be having with your mother, Christian. And obviously, those out of the 8 guys, counting Robert Chew before me, were not hitting her G-spot as much with their cocks. I had attempted the first night to rub her there. I found her spot, but it hurt her. Alternatively, I did find that with cunnilingus I was good with my tongue. I don't really understand how Chris Chan thinks about his little Sonichu personas, you know? He's got all of these little characters from the series called Sonichu he made, and he has this entire lore thing going on, and then where they channel themselves through him and he becomes them or whatever. And yeah, brilliant. So you want to see your mum get gangbanged by a bunch of fucking hedgehogs? You know, that in your mind is registering as a good and positive thing? Like, this is deranged. It is fucked up in every way, shape and form. And also it did not stimulate her clit. That does not seem to hurt her as much, but she still has a limit with that spot as well. Anyway, we're making progress. No, you were chipping down her confidence and scaring her more into allowing you to degrade her like this. But anyway, let's continue. Next messages. And when we cuddle, this actually impresses me more. I literally feel our souls bonding and coming together as one during that time. Damn, it feels so good when that happens. This is now starting to come into the justification area. This is him justifying the means of which he has attacked his mother, making it out to be some sort of loving and caring relationship, which I do not buy. I do not buy this at all. We have a good talk as well before she heads back upstairs. I have been sending her meditation tracks to stimulate her brain and bring back some of her youth, and the results do show most splendidly. I am so proud of her. Another form of justification and manipulation is putting a light and positive spin on things. Like this. This is completely saying, oh, what he's doing is helping her, and it's a service for Barbara more than it is for himself. No, completely not. This is not a service for anybody, Chris. You are taking out your dark sexual desires on your mother, who does not have the fucking ability to run away from you. Be fucking real. Boop. Boop. Boopity boop. Right, here we go. And from her story she told me tonight, she even remembered a fun story that involved her daddy from when she was 2 years old. 2 years old. That in itself at her age is massively good. She has had memory problems at times beforehand, yes. But she's feeling better stimulated in her mind and soul. It really shows. Her mental processing speed is even going back up. She feels this and has told me so herself. This is even more disturbing. He somewhat, I don't know if this is what he truly believes himself, but he truly believes himself to be helping his mother with her dementia. This is not helping. This is honestly shoving her into a really fucking scary situation. Most people with dementia don't know where they are fucking most of the time. And if she's slipping in and out of lucidity, punctuated by the moments that Chris Chan fucking rapes her, this creates a very fucking dark reality. I just want to get the seriousness of these implications over. This creates a very fucking dark reality. And God fucking knows what's going through that woman's head. God fucking knows. And I'm so happy and content that I'm able to help her out like this, and it helps me as well because of the experience, the education, and the learning. This is a way for Chris Chan to, I would say, de-adult himself, because you would hold an adult in this situation completely accountable, but because of Chris's mental illness, he can waver a lot on that line of, am I acting like a child or am I a lucid adult? He's aware of his actions. This is a very complex issue with a lot of moving parts, and I would not be able to deconstruct this and fully evaluate it myself. This needs to be done by professionals, professionally, in a legal setting. But this all creates a very disturbing timeline of events, and with this context here, going into the phone call where a lot of things are said and a lot of more information comes out, this added context here before the phone call really does paint a very fucking dark picture. But anyway, this is the end of the text thread that we have here. And it seems he tries to leave it on the best note possible. But I do not know if this person here is the same person who is contacting Chris on the phone call. But let's see. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. This is full audio here. I think I'm gonna put my headphones on for this one actually, because I need to hear what the hell is going on. Okay, gamers, let's get ready. Let's jump right into the cringe. Spacebar never works. Here we go. So with this, I'm barely fucking 30 seconds into the video, and I've always got to pause it to just sort of give more context on this. The way he's talking about pleasing his mother in this sexual fashion is really, really fucking disturbing. I understand that Chris's mum grew up in a different time where we had a lot of different ideas about sex and it was mainly male dominated, but I won't go into that because I know there's a lot of differing opinions on YouTube and I don't want to start an all-out fucking gender war in my comment section. But this is pretty much confirming what I thought, is that Chris is essentially viewing this as a complete normal adult relationship between two people, and I don't know if he knows himself that this is not normal. I think that there are a lot of things going on in his head at this point in time, but none of this really strikes me as anything I didn't expect. He just seems to think that his mother is completely willing and is completely happy with this, and he wants to be the best partner he could possibly be for her, which I think is also very disturbing. He's found a woman in his life that doesn't have the ability to run away from him. I'm not going to say doesn't want to run away from him. I can probably assure you that Barbara is wanting to get on her 2 fucking legs and run as fast as she can. But it just gets more macabre. It just gets more macabre the longer you fucking look at it. Really. Okay, so this person here is doing very well, you know, sort of staying on Chris Chan's level. And I think every single person that we've seen in a phone call has a distinct ability to keep him on the hook. But this is ridiculous. There's a dance that's supposed to be happening, an event that Chris Chan is planning to bring his mother to, where they could be heckled or fucking confronted by a bunch of randoms. Like, with this information out, the dance ain't happening, buddy. You can put your fucking dancing shoes back in the cupboard because you are not going anywhere. I think the only thing that's going to be happening now is the police officers knocking at your door saying, "Excuse me." But all jokes aside, he's planning to take his mother to an event and sort of show her off to the world. You know, this is my mum. We're fucking. You don't know about it though. He knows that this is wrong. He knows that this is wrong, or else he would have spoken about it publicly. And I think the whole context of him going dark on Twitter isn't posted on Twitter since January this year. But him going dark on Twitter really does reinforce the idea that something really wrong is going on here. And it's so wrong that he even knows it himself. But anyway, let's go. This bit here about the incest fanfics, honestly, really, there is a consensus in the general Christery community that a lot of the things Chris Chan has done has been under influence of the stuff, trolls and videos like me, people that produce content about him and try to explain him and make fun of him in many different ways. But the fanfic part of it, right? If he's going to try and use the excuse of the mother-son fanfics influencing his decision to have sex with his mother, at this fucking age, no. At this age, no. You cannot get away with it. If this was a situation where he was like a 13-year-old boy and he gave his mother a grope because he saw a bunch of fan art of him having sex with his mother online, yeah, I would understand that. I would understand that completely because he's not young. He's not old enough to comprehend a situation like that. But now, with the years of experience he's had, the content that he's consumed, he has seen everywhere the fucking incest is wrong. He knows incest is wrong. I think you can't get to that age without knowing that there is a massive taboo on incest. But this, I don't think this can be this can't be justified in any way by the incest fan art. So I will actively oppose any opinion that I see concerning that. Anyway, let's continue. Right, there is absolutely no fucking way that Barbara made the first move on this guy. I am so sorry, but there is no fucking way. If Barbara is a sane, put together individual, there is no way that she would approach her son in a sexual way. Let's be fucking real about that, Chris. You're either lying and you're lying through your teeth, or there is a lot to fucking unpack with your family situation, my dude. I have never heard any shit like this. Jesus Christ. I don't like him. I don't like hearing about it from Chris's personal perspective. Let's be fucking real. Like, I do not like hearing about this from his perspective. It's unbearable. He approached her with care and caution, and this. Nah, man. Nah. Fuck. No. Certainly not. Certainly not. There was. There are so many things that I could say about this, but that it all goes without saying. It all goes without saying. This is wrong, and the more he tries to justify this it's really fucking disturbing. Like, she made the first move, he kissed her, you know, like fucking fireworks, dude. Like, it's really putting a bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry, we'll continue. Fuck off, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Satisfactory. It's your mum, dude. You could at least say something a bit nicer. Okay. All right, let me stop it here. The every third night thing, it's a routine, it's like a ritual for Chris, and I think this is what makes it believable. This is what makes it believable for me. Because even though Chris is super duper fucking unkept, and he doesn't fucking keep things clean, he is super about scheduling. And that is a symptom of autism. But yeah, he very much likes to keep things on a schedule. The more that this is happening, the more that I'm hearing, the more that I'm reading, the more evidence and testimony that comes out, like, the more it seems like it is totally Chris that's doing this. And that's a very, very fucking scary thing. That is a very, very fucking scary thing. Anyway. Okay, right. I'm not really well versed on this other person, Fiona. He started dating. I don't think there is much knowledge on it really. If his Twitter's been dark since January, but does Fiona know about this? This. I'm assuming Fiona's a troll. I'm assuming Fiona is completely a fucking troll because I've never once ever heard of Christian getting into a full-on fucking relationship, and it hasn't been some 13-year-old boy who starts screaming the N-word down the mic at him afterwards. Fuck, man. But this whole thing about, like, not calling his mum and referring to her like a lover and treating her in that sort of, fucking atmosphere. Like, how would you feel if your son of, like, well, nearly fucking 40 years, straight up, your husband's dead, and then he starts turning up the ante, and he starts coming on to you in a sexual way, and you can't escape from that, and you can't run away from that. You're too old, you're too frail, you rely on him for food, water, everything. You don't want to go into a nursing home because you know what happens to people in nursing homes. Yeah, you've got your fucking 40-year-old son walking through the door calling you love and touching you sexually and coercing you into bed. It's like a horror film. It's like something out of a fucking horror film. I can't even fucking begin to explain how morbid this is. Freezing herself. Jeez. So if Chris eats soup, his mum eats soup. Everything was coming into good alignment, was it? Every single part of your character decided to, align in this special moment and decided to try and have sex with your mother, and scarily it fucking succeeded. Well, you know what? Yeah. I'm sick and fucking tired of giving this man excuses. I'm sick and fucking tired of giving this man excuses. Like, every single time he gets into a fucking debacle, some other shit, I'm just like, oh no, he's heavily autistic, the man doesn't understand, and we're really not helping. No. Now this is behaviour that is not influenced by anybody fucking outside of Christian's life. This is between him and his mother. And if we can see this fucking behaviour to begin to manifest itself outside of this shit, nah. He is a very fucking disturbed person, and this needs to be sorted out, like, by the authorities. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I'm gonna have to finish this with an ultimatum of sorts. Woo! I'm back. VGA camera quality. There's a lot to unravel and unpack. And it is done by somebody better than I. But for the life of me, I just cannot. I cannot process this. I cannot process this. I cannot. I don't know if I'm ever going to upload this. Like, fuck. Shit. I think this is just a straight up reason. Stop buying Christian shit. Stop believing him every time he says, "Oh no, I did wrong." Blah 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 blah. Stop supporting him. Stop making fun of him. Stop mentioning his name at all. Because the more attention we give this man, the worse he gets, and we've sort of pushed it to its breaking point, I think. Whether this has happened without our input or with our input, we can still say, by giving this so much attention, it really, I don't know if it's going to inspire him to do more, if it's going to get the authorities calling him arrested. But if he is not reprimanded by the authorities, I want to see no more on this, man. Anyway, I've been Death and Exhale, and this leak has been so abhorrent, I have had to come back to YouTube. See you later.